Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Intentionally Blank D&D. I'm your DM Kyle, and I'm joined by the lovely players Dakota, Levi, and Paisley.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello. Before we begin, I did want to show off the new minis that Talespire added. They put out minis every so often. This set was a Hydra. There's a Gorgon, a few ogres, some satyrs, Death Knight, Nightmare, and then a few statues, which I think would be really cool because they didn't have a lot of statues.
Oh, those ones will be really good in the den.
Yeah, yeah, they den or like if you guys ever come across something that turns you to stone, like a Gorgon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now that they have those as well.
Yeah.
We've also added in Paisley's or Asher's more comfortable form, her elven form. So you'll see her looking a little bit different as she's in her comfortable state.
Yeah.
I like how chunky the Hydra is.
Yeah, he's pretty chonky. I put him down and I was just like, it's way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. But other than that, I didn't have anything before we start, unless you guys
Oh,
have
he's already
anything.
at max size. Yeah, but what about a little tiny one?
Oh,
I'm gonna bite your ankles. Yeah, but this is the new monstrous set that they released, and it's funny because our last session or our last campaign, we had a lot of satyrs, but there was only one kind of satyr person available, and now they have two new satyrs.
yeah. Dope. Do you guys have anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
Alright. Well then, I will jump in. Last time on D&D, the party decided that they wanted to go around and clean up the streets a little bit, fight some crime, in the hopes of getting back in touch with one of their old contacts, the Grey Bear Syndicate. The Grey Bear Syndicate being kind of like the town's vigilante group. They went to the not the social district, but the traders district, where they split up between themselves. Hoovel going up on top of the main square, looking down the tents, trying to pick up any conversations. He did pick up one between two weapon sellers, talking about how one of their old shipments hadn't come in. They had hired the Silver Swan couriers to deliver it, and apparently they had come into some trouble with like maybe bandits or thieves along the way, and that shipment didn't get to them. Then Asher went off on her own, and I believe right away you got into your like nun clothes, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Asher got into some nun clothes and kind of addressed a crowd of people, asking if anyone had any sins they wanted to confess or things they just wanted to get off their chest. After going through the crowd a little bit, one shorter tiefling approached her and said that she had something to confess but wanted to do it in private. Asher followed her back to presumably her house, and once inside, the door closed behind Asher and a half-orc had a blade in her back. Asher then cast sleep on both of them, knocking them both out, tying them up with the materials that the half-orc had, and left them there. She then got out of her nun clothes and returned to the general market. While she was doing that, Blanche went off on his own, stopped by our Arnax tent, who is the local magic salesman, looked through a couple of his wares, and asked him if there was anything going on. He mentioned that there was some kids going about stealing some things, and just general
Kyle?
theft. Yes.
Did you change the screen to actually show the stream or the Talespire?
Yep. Should be.
Maybe it's just really far behind because I'm still seeing the intentionally blink starting soon.
Oh. Well,
Oh,
yep. I had not changed it. That's unfortunate. So, just so everyone knows,
we'll show them after the
Yeah.
last time.
But going back to that, then Blanche went through the market and caught onto someone stealing from someone's pockets as they were talking to a merchant. Following them into a back alley, they talked to this thief, discussed a mutual benefiting contract between them where once the party gets their store up and running, he invited the I believe it was a halfling Feloin to sell any nefarious wares that he might not be able to get off on the market, and give it and sell it to them. He also gave Blanche a bag of papers, which Blanche later looked into and saw that it was a bag of ledgers from someone named Hadir.
dear. My main man.
Aside from that, after Blanche had discussions with this halfling, he went back into the market where he saw some children running about, Hoovel being on top of the market still. Also looked down and saw these children running through the streets, running away from a guard, kind of like parkouring over all of the benches and eventually getting away. Both of them kind of descended on their location and had a discussion with them as well, and also invited them to come back to the Ash District. And the kids said that they would, as long as they could get them out of the situation that they're in right now. With that, Hoovel went off to find Asher. Asher came back and told the group about her
I'll be right back, guys.
her interaction with the tiefling and the half-orc. And they went back there to kind of show that it was the Grey Bear Syndicate that apprehended these criminals to try to gain their eye. In doing so, Hoovel shot off a unstable explosive arrow, which then exploded on both Asher and Hoovel, alerting some guards, and through some witty comments from Asher, were able to get away without the guards capturing them. They all then reconvened and talked to the kids a little bit more, put on some disguises, and went back to their house. Since then, the party has taken some time to make upgrades to the house and do some things on their own. So I think that's where we will pick up right now, is where you guys, or what you guys would have been doing during that time. Blanche, if you want to begin doing that.
Okay, so as you said to begin with, after our time in the or during the time in our trading district, I was taking note of stockpiles, pricings to stockpile our future shop. And then after I got those prices, we came back. I started making further improvements to our storefront area. I added in the extra shelves, and then commissioned some people to build this separation wall between what the storefront will be and what the entrance to our house portion will be. Then shortly after I did all those, I just during the time that I was waiting for everything, I was just doing some general labor working. I have previously worked for the just the general labor management, and I probably would have just gone back and done a little bit more work for them.
Okay.
Just to earn a little bit of money while we're waiting for the upgrades in the house to go.
All right. So for that, we looked into it a bit. Would you like to make a athletics, acrobatics, use a tool, or performance?
I'd probably go with an acrobatics check.
All right.
That is a 15.
15. Okay. So during that time, you will have earned comfortable lifestyle for the week. Comfortable lifestyle be 2 gold pieces per day, and if you continue to live where you are, which is 2 silver pieces, it would be 1.8 per day. So 1.8 times 7. I don't know what that is.
Well, I've already paid for the actual living portion, so I'll just take the money portion of it.
Okay, yeah. 2
So
gold.
it's 14 gold.
Yep, 14 gold.
Helps
All right.
cushion my numbers a little bit.
Then, Hoovel, during that week of time, is there anything that you want to do?
Yeah, I want to make a few arrows.
All right.
Different types of arrows.
Which arrows are you going for?
Rope arrow, blinding arrow. Yeah, just those 2 for now.
Okay. For both of those, I will have you make a general dexterity check for that. Add your proficiency.
Alright. +5. Funny.
Nice. And then that was for the rope, and then for the blinding arrows as well.
10.
All right. And then did you mark off the price for both of those?
Yes.
Sweet. So yeah, during the week of time, you got into some more crafting. The rope arrows, pretty simple. Kind of just put those together. You actually hooked on a loop on one of them so that the rope doesn't come untied when you shoot it, or just like slip off or break off the fletching. The blinding arrows, a little bit more intricate, took you a little bit more time, but after you're done fiddling with it a little bit, maybe making a couple errors along the way, you get a bundle of these blinding arrows. Seems to be good quality.
Cool.
Yeah. And then, Asher, are you back?
I am back.
All right. Is there anything you want to do during the week of time?
So I would also be interested in making some money on my downtime. I would probably do this by, like sideshow performing on the street, and then also maybe picking up a act at the theater, if they
Okay.
have any roles for me available.
Sweet. So yeah, go ahead and that would be a performance check. So roll d20, add your performance.
Okay. Oof. bad week of performing. It's a +5, so I'm looking at a 13.
Okay, so you get modest lifestyle for the week, which would be 1 gold piece per day. And then Blanche, did you mark it off for everyone or just yourself?
I did pay for everybody.
Okay,
For the...
so cool.
Actually, I only paid for the 3 days we initially talked about. I'll pay for the rest of it though.
Okay. So yeah,
So
Asher, you
total
get
of
the
7 days, so it's
Yep.
7 gold.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome. So yeah, during that week, while you guys were each doing your own thing, work was being done on the house. Put in the extra walling and shelving, plus a few days of you guys getting used to all of it. But I think that kind of covers what leading up to the session was. And at this point, what are you guys doing?
First, I'd like to check what day of the month it is, if I can.
Right. It is the 15th of Funfi, which you know is almost, or actually smack dab in the middle of summer.
Okay. So it's middle of the month, middle of summer.
Yeah. Every
It's 28 days.
Yeah, each month is 28 days. Each season is 3 months. So you are second month, 15th day, which is exactly half.
Okay, so we still have a couple weeks until
Wait,
our...
scratch that. That was when you guys were still doing 3 days. So 3. It is the 19th.
Okay.
Okay, so we still have a little under 2 weeks until our taxes are due.
Ah, jeez.
Taxes.
Taxes.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, the town has property taxes, and since we purchased a property rather than staying at an inn, we have to pay for it.
Yeah. High
Everybody
octane
dreads all the...
fantasy gameplay, taxes
Yeah.
and work.
Taxes and weekly jobs.
Jeez. That's okay. We make the grind fun. We're still having fun out there.
Okay, so I know I just worked a week, so I'm probably like really tired and I'm not really feeling like doing a whole lot. I'm gonna try to relax on my days off, but they're not gonna feel like enough, and then I'm gonna have to go back to work.
Okay, fucking too real.
But it's just like hard role playing right now. You look
Okay,
deeply into
okay,
your coffee.
stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Please stop.
But as I get up, and I'm looking through the treasury, what's left in there, my party members also are waking up, and I'm like, all right, guys, we need to start rebuilding this treasury. Got any plans?
Aye, aye, Captain. Well, that depends. Let me get the roof off of this building really quickly. Well, could we... Well, so our last escapade was kind of risky. It's like what I'm kind of thinking here. So I'm wondering if we need to lay low with some old contacts for a bit. Maybe we could go talk to the professor. It's been a while since we've talked to Unama.
Okay.
I don't know what she would have for us. I haven't talked to her since the graduation thing. But she's good at covering our arses. So, yeah.
We can go. We can go talk to Anema, check in, see if she has anything that she needs a hand taken care of.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of pick off my sheets, I guess, and let's get down to business.
Is Asher the kind of person that would make her bed afterwards, or?
I am not. Making beds aren't like fun, so.
Yeah, what's the point if you're just gonna mess it up anyway?
Right?
Exactly.
All right. So yeah, you guys kind of get up, do your morning stuff, and then you guys are heading to the school district.
Yes. I don't think they have seen the school district yet.
They have not.
This is where we spent most of our time in the early session. We had like a before sessions where we were still like attending the university and
Do they have like a all access bracelet that I can get from the guards to get through the gates for the day? Like a day pass?
can we get a day pass?
They don't have day passes.
Darn it.
All right.
Somebody should really change that.
So yeah, you guys going to the school district. You guys aren't passing through any districts that we haven't seen, so you would only be passing through the residential district. To go through there, it would be 2 gates.
Okay, that's 6 copper
Uh,
person?
it's 1 copper per person per gate.
So it's
Okay.
6 total.
6 total.
6 total. Here, I'll pay for it.
Alright, and then I will jump over to the school board. I'll put a marker down.
Oh,
for you guys.
One thing I would like to point out. Just giving credit where credit is due. We did not make these boards. Besides the school, actually made the school. But the most of the town, they have a site called Tales Tavern that people can share their boards and buildings and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did not make most of the boards. Anything that we are doing, I've just modified what is already created.
Yeah, you put your own personal touch on it. This
Uh,
board, though.
this board-
We've tried to go through everything and make sure it fits in our setting and everything like that as well. But I did just want to clarify that.
All right.
So if you guys want to check out some stuff that other people make, check out Tales Tavern or Tales Bazaar. They both
Hit
they both
Talespire and
have-
just drop it on a map. See if you are into doing this sort of D&D style too. We've had like a ton of fun with it. Most of it is possible with the people who prefab these maps, because man, building takes like a million years. I tried to do like a Naruto ramen shop one, and it was like a decade before it finished. It's still not finished actually, so.
Also not sponsored, but I mean, if you want to.
Yeah. Talespire sucks! Or not sucks. Rock!
Yeah, sponsor us. Talespire sucks.
Give us money or we say Talespire sucks. How about that? This is a threat now. Okay, please don't be mad though.
we love Talespire.
We really do.
So you guys pass through the residential district with ease and get into the school district. You guys know the school district is kind of separated from the rest of the town, being that you guys pass through a gate and then you have to walk through a forest for a bit before you get to the actual like school grounds, which has another gate, but there's no like fee to get into the school. But the guy at the front is the same kind of groundskeeper that you guys have seen while you were at school. Kind of like looks through the gate.
Old man Fitzgerald?
Sure. I'll rename him right now. But he kind of looks at you guys and at first doesn't really seem to remember you, but you kind of give your names and he's like, okay. As he opens up the gate and lets you guys through. It's Gerald.
And it's like we walk into the school grounds and everything is like in different places. We don't remember it at all.
But as you walk in, the courtyard itself is fairly open, as it is midsummer. But there are still the occasional people walking about. The dorms, you can still hear some people are in them, maybe working on whatever they would work on. Walking up, you guys go to the first school building on the right, which is the School of Shadows.
And is her door just open?
Yeah, her door is open.
I take a step in.
You walk in and you see Head Professor Unama sitting at her desk, diligently working away. And as you guys walk in, she looks up. Oh, Asher, I see that you changed into your normal form.
I meant to be in my normal form the whole time.
Dope.
I morphed back there, but yeah.
But as you walk in, she kind of closes her book and kind of gives like a soft look to all of you and says, "Oh, well, isn't it wonderful to see old faces? Please come in." Motions to a couple of the chairs as they, as she motions, the chairs somewhat kind of like align, pointing towards the desk.
As you do.
Huva, are you also coming into the room? Or are you sticking on the outside?
Well, I mean, like right doorway.
Yeah, she's a familiar person.
Okay. As you walk into the doorway, she closes the door on you.
So, like, don't actually get in?
No, you would get in. It kind of like
okay.
it hits you into the room.
She's just like, not you.
But a familiar kind of like kind of points at the chairs, and they all spin to look at her. You spin the chair around after she does that, and then she points at the door, and the door closes. Now, what do I owe the pleasure? Anything in particular? Just coming for a visit?
Well, we were actually just coming for a visit. We haven't seen you since after we graduated. We wondered if, maybe you would have any jobs, perhaps for old time's sake?
Well, I could definitely work some stuff up. I know your general skills and could definitely find something. Were you looking to do something for me specifically, or were you hoping that I'd find a contact?
Well, either or. Either or. We've been proving ourselves to a lot of different contacts lately. Maybe it would just be nice doing a job for you where you already know what we're about.
Let me think. I do have some summer students that seem to be promising. And yes, I think I could use your help. I was going to have some of my other students do this, but I think your group would be good for that. And she kind of starts digging through her desk, pulling out some papers, lays one out, and she says, "Yes, I believe you all remember being in school. I sent you on some excursions to test out your mantle, maybe building up a few contacts along the way. I seem to also remember you all getting into quite some trouble, and that caused me a bit of a headache.
Don't remember that at all. Pretty sure you're just mixed up with some of the
Yep.
students.
But to prevent that in the future, I've been sending some of the upperclassmen to watch some of the younger students. Secretly, of course. It's also a test for them. And I don't really have anyone to watch the upperclassmen, so I have these students, and she puts 3 pieces of paper on the desk. You see like a halfling like picture, you see a half-elf picture, and then on the third one you see a dwarf. And it kind of has like general information on all 3 of them.
Does it have their names on there?
Yeah.
I look at the dwarf, and what is his name?
Okay. Give me a second.
I was
I'm
like,
always going to ask. for
generating
names.
name. Making one up real quick.
Do they have names? Yeah. They
Sure
they have
they do.
names.
You see the dwarf's name is Grim with 2 M's.
I'm like, oh, Grim's still here? Oh, I thought for sure he would have tried to change professions by now.
Are you also looking at the others' names?
No.
Okay.
But I am.
What?
Terrific.
You're welcome.
There is Finchad, which is the half elf. And I said the other one was a halfling, right?
Yes.
Quaich. Quach.
Perfect. All right. Do those names mean anything to you, Levi?
Do they mean anything to me, Kyle? Not that I know of.
Roll a history check.
Yeah, they are your
History.
best friends.
Ha. Friends. Huh, yeah, totally. I know everything about them.
I feel like that's just suiting for Hoovel.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
I
little
feel like
bit.
that was really suiting.
Like
You
that was
kind
the
of-
most
you kind of
accurate
think to yourself, and
at
like,
one.
there's fucking other students here?
Yeah, I've never heard these names before in my life. You think they're made up.
You look
Yeah.
to the skies,
These are fake names.
questioning.
These are fake names. All right. As I peruse through them, I'm gonna look up and just be like, so what exactly do you want us to do, and what exactly are they supposed to be doing?
Well, for all of you, I want you to keep an eye on them. They shouldn't know your faces, but do as you will. I don't want them knowing that anyone is watching them. But if you could follow along with their excursion, make sure that any slip-ups are covered and any run-ins with the law is taken care of.
Hmm. And what exactly are they doing? What's their mission?
They are going out and they are grabbing a piece of information from a contact that I have. They need to enter a residence, grab this piece of information, and leave, hopefully unseen.
Okay.
Does this interest all of you? I don't want to give too much away before.
I think we can make this happen. Whose residence?
Kind of looks to the other two as well. Just making sure before I give away any specifics. Is everyone on board?
She speaks for all of us.
Terrific. Then she
Being
looks
the
back
leader.
to Asher. Well, they will be breaking into a store. Going back and finding it. A store owner named Oslo. He runs a new store in the trading district.
Of course, Levi's gonna get caught.
Levi.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I would never do such a thing.
I'm painting you up, boy. I'm gonna dress you up like a bald eagle or something. We're just gonna have to keep like reskinning you.
But Oslo runs a newer establishment. I believe the name's the One Stop Shop.
Yeah,
And,
we're gonna have to put a stop to his shop. It's taking our business.
Ayo. Oh, that is our store idea.
So yes, they should be breaking in there any day now. They need to grab some information that I have told them previously and escape.
And should they happen to fail,
Should they happen to fail, it depends how spectacular they fail. If they draw the attention of the guard, I would expect you three to maybe layway the guard in finding them. Just don't let them get arrested. If they are found out by Oslo, I would expect maybe some assistance getting out of there before the guards show up.
and what of the information that they're supposed to gather? Would you like us to finish the job if they fail?
No. That's none of your responsibility. I can get that information anytime I'd like. It's more of just seeing if they can.
Very well.
I love that Unama's always about like that weird power play stuff. She's just like meddling.
Yeah.
She said, I don't need you guys to do this.
Yeah, I don't need you to. I'm just trying to delegate here to some people that are well below me.
She's cool. Okay. Okay, so we're just on damage control. That's our objective here. That ain't bad. We got this.
Yeah, I think we can get
You
this
just
done.
had to say that, didn't you?
What?
Nothing
Yeah,
could
but-
go wrong.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, fair enough.
Are you giving her the satisfaction guaranteed?
Eh. We got this, Professor. Big thumbs up. Yeah. When are they gonna run this job? Today? Or
She said in the next couple days.
next couple days?
I've asked them to do it as soon as possible, but I've left the timing up to them.
Okay.
Uh,
Where
if,
did
if you want to, if they haven't left already, their dorm should be second building on the right. If you want
Okay.
to look them up.
Okay, sounds good. I think that's all we need, boys.
And
And as you guys
with-
start getting up, she waves her hand, the door flings open.
and as usual, if it'll let me do it, there we go. I do put the chair back.
Bye, Professor. I give her a nice wave before we go.
Goodbye, good luck.
I can't move over you, Levi. Oh, okay, now I can. Okay, boys, here's what I think we should do. I think Hoovel should go check out the party we're tracking. And I think you and I, Blanche, should go scope out Oslo's.
That's actually exactly what I was going to suggest.
Ooh, same wavelength. You in on this, Hoovel?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully they haven't already left yet. You can kind of assess by their equipment what they're about.
He also
you, like,
saw their
spy on
names
them.
and faces.
Well, we saw the names and faces, but we don't know what they do. We're assuming they're like stealth fellas, but like, yeah, we could kind of profile them.
It's always weird seeing how big these maps are when you move your character.
Mm-hmm. We're like hiking, wedding by the time we get back to the gate.
Yeah, so is that the plan then? Levi is going to track the people. Me and Paisley are me and Asher are going to go scope out the location.
Mm-hmm. Scope out Oslo's.
I get out my big magnifying glass. All right, now to track them.
You're a detective.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. I found a goat.
Yeah. It's been there for a while too.
Yeah.
Y'all
Alright.
haven't been stupid
Privileges
enough to give me
revoked.
game GM privileges in a while.
So Hoovel, you're sticking around in the school district to scope them out for now.
Oh, yeah.
And then Blanche and Asher, you guys were heading to the trader district.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to go first?
They should, because I want to look at the map to see if there's any more hidden shit. 'Cause I remember hiding a lot of stuff.
All right.
Okay.
Then I will pull you guys over. I don't believe you guys have to travel through any districts that we haven't seen. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4 gates.
Oof. I pay the 8 copper.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I got a
Levi,
whole
I
bunch
also have
of
to pull you. when I do
Joke.
that. But
Blanche, I'm paying for the gates and stuff because in that coin purse I pulled off of that subdued orc last session, it had a whole bunch of copper in it, so
Oh, nice.
yeah, so I'm doing good there.
I'll be right back while they're doing this.
okay. So yeah, you guys arrive in the trader district. And it seems like a normal day. At this point, you guys woke up, went there, traveled back. It'd be probably just after midday, so it is fairly warm, midsummer, sun in the sky. What are you guys doing?
Okay, did we get the information on Oslo's shop?
Yes. So, it is. You were told, as I clean some stuff up, that it is the building closest to the north gate, and you would see it when you got close.
Okay. So heading north.
Yeah, and as you guys get to the north gate, you can see some hustle and bustle around this building here. And over the top of the door, you see a sign that says, the one-stop shop. And then in subtext, it says, if we don't have it, we'll get it.
Whoa,
Oh,
what
we gotta
sign
use
is
that. You know.
Is that one of the new signs?
That's one of, like, the cyberpunk signs.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, you see, like, this building is just decorated in all sorts of plants and signs and different lightings. And as you guys walk in, you see a store just packed with different assortments of things, people looking around at different things. You can see, right as you walk in, a human girl talking to a what's their name?
Furbolg?
Furbolg. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. A Furbolg,
Because
and
you're
she's
bad
kind
at
of like,
D&D. Because you're bad at D&D.
yeah, it's because I'm bad at D&D. She has kind of like a short sword picked up and is looking at it and kind of discussing. Well, it's very nice, but it is somewhat expensive. And it's like, well, you're gonna need it if you're gonna be adventuring.
I'm gonna like peruse around the shop and I want to see if there's any items that seem to be selling better than others.
Okay.
Just to keep note.
Yeah, roll
Use this.
investigation.
Oh, 22.
Whoa.
Nice. So yeah, you don't unless you want to spend like a bunch of time in the store. You can't really see like people coming in and out. As it is busy, people aren't like filing in and out and buying something right away. They're kind of like perusing and looking at things. But with that roll, you see that people are kind of like drifting towards the front counter where he has some like health potions. Those seem to sell quite often, even though they're one of the more expensive things in the entire shop. It is something that people use, or at least want. You also see that people kind of drift over to this counter over here, which seems to be just like a table full of like consumables.
Which counter?
This one.
Oh, okay.
Right now there's a kobold kind of looking at it, like backpack on. The backpack seems to like be much larger than him. Think of like Lily from Is It Wrong?
Yeah.
Where like the backpack is just like obscenely larger than the kobold in comparison.
Aw.
He's a supporter class.
Yeah,
Aw.
but he seems to like be picking up things and kind of like shaking them, and it seems to just be like a table of like just consumable goods.
Okay.
And those seem to be the things that people are like grabbing, buying, and leaving. Versus like on the other side of the store, there's a lot of like weapons or armor that people are kind of like looking at for a while, maybe like swinging in the air a little bit, and then putting back, picking up something else. It seems like it's not like a flow with those.
Yeah, those don't sell often,
but when they do, they're expensive.
Yeah. I'm just doing my general taking note of things for when we start up our shop.
Okay.
I approach this fella. I point at a health potion back there. I say, "How much for a health potion?"
He kind of looks over at you and says, "Oh, well, I don't work here, but," and kind of like points towards a blue tiefling talking in the middle of the store and says, "But I believe that gentleman will be able to help you."
Like, sorry.
Not a
Do that
problem.
all the time. And I come up over here.
Okay. And as you come up, you see he's talking to what looks to be kind of like a more scraggly dressed farmer person, and kind of like holding up like a sack, and says, "Yes, and if you spread this over your field, it'll just nourish the different crops that you grow." And the farmer is kind of like, "Oh, really?" And as you get closer, you can start to like smell it, and it's like, oh, that's a little raunchy. Seems like it might just be fertilizer.
Yeah.
But that is a much less common thing now in these days. So
These times of old.
yeah. But you see as the farmer kind of hands him a handful of coin and takes the bag and leaves as you approach.
I like that this miniature is like frying an egg right now.
Yeah.
It looks so good. I'm like, "Ho there!" I point to a health potion on a table. "How much do your health potions cost?"
Ah, hello, young miss. My health potions are 50 gold.
50 gold?
Yes, they are crafted of the finest quality that we can muster.
I got a question for you too. You know anybody who mixes them into health potions? If, say, I happen to have a couple kits to create a health potion, but no skill to do so, do you know anybody who would do it?
If you're looking for more specific potions or learning to mix potions, you might be able to go down the kind of like points in the general direction, but you're in a store, so it doesn't really matter. But he points towards the.
Also, you're talking about directions to Paisley.
Yeah.
Hey!
He points in the general directions of like the stall area that you guys were last week, and says, "Let me look it up." And you might find Ghoulian shops, and kind of like describes a like female dwarf-looking lady that runs a somewhat like apothecary shop um, in the stall area.
Okay. I'm gonna begin to occupy his attention.
Yeah.
Um,
And he continues talking and says, yes, and the only potion we have in the store as of right now is health potions, seeming as people are wanting those fairly often, but if you're wanting anything more specific, we can definitely get it for you. But I'm not going to take all of the business away from my competitors. She does specialize in that, if that's what you're wanting.
I see. And you say that's the only like type of potion you have. You don't have anything else?
I mean, I can procure some more, and kind of thinking, I might have a couple in the back, but those don't seem to fly off the shelf as much, so I don't have them out here.
Hmm. I see.
I can go check if you would like.
I would love that.
And he just says, wait right here, and starts to head out and up the stairs.
All right. I'm doing a quick 360 scan of this building, checking out or taking note of any windows, doors, exits of sorts.
As he exits, I'm gonna kind of like peek out and just keep an eye on like where he goes.
Okay. He goes up the stairs, and then up the second set of stairs to the top floor.
Okay.
Top floor, probably like living quarters style.
My light is not working.
Oh,
Like
weird.
your
Oh, now it
flashlight.
is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, weird. But Asher, there seems to be the front door that you came through. There are a few windows. They all seem to be barred with like metal. But you know it's kind of like standard that they can open, but they are latched and locked. At the back of the store, kind of where he just walked out of, there's another door, and then you can kind of see like a window up front, and then two like bars that he can bring down probably when he closes up shop.
Okay. Good to know.
Are either of you doing anything while he's up there?
I would just like to, without like seeming suspicious, I'm gonna like look around this area here, and see if I can see any ledger books, anything that draws my attention like that.
Okay.
We know that they're here for information, so I want to see if like the kind of information she'd be interested in would be available.
I'll use your investigation roll from before. Behind the desk you can see, and I'll just put it out there. You can see like a book that looks to be like a rough ledger book, just kind of like not professionally done, even though it technically is. It looks like someone just has a notebook and they're like, sold 2 health potions, sold some arrows, and it's not like a really professionally done receipt.
Okay. And then I'd like to also just keep an eye on the people coming and going.
Okay. Yeah, and you are you guys sticking around for a bit then?
Well, Paisley, are you gonna wait for him to come back with the potions?
Paisley, you're muted.
Oh, I am, but for the purpose of buying Blanche time, I did kind of a scope out of this, trying to get any information while we're here. Yeah. But that's why I'm sticking around.
Okay. Well, we got the general layout of the first floor, so I don't think we need to be down here any longer. There's the ledger of stuff sold here, but I don't think that's what she is after.
When he sold that thing to when he sold the fertilizer to the farmer, did he slip the gold into his pouch? Or did he put it behind a desk somewhere?
Make a perception check.
My perception, it's a +3, 10.
Yeah. After he took the gold and started talking to you, he kind of slipped it into a pouch on his hip.
Okay. Just checking. That's actually all I needed. I kind of like tap my nose or something and start heading out.
Okay.
Okay.
And I follow suit.
Okay.
But after I leave, I'm gonna tell Asher to keep an eye on the front of the store. And just tell her I'm gonna keep my eyes on the back, see if anybody comes and goes that we're looking for.
I'm like stooping low, pretending to like admire the foliage that decorates this vendor's house.
All right.
And then, oh, that's a cool little cart.
It is.
This shop also just is like super cool looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna like sit up on this. I'm gonna pull out a meal and just kind of like sit here and eat while I'm keeping an eye on the back.
Okay. And since you walked around pretty much immediately, you wait there for like a minute or two and see the blue tiefling walk down the stairs again, kind of like a small chest in tow with what looks to be a few vials in it. And then he walks into the store. I would say, yeah, you have eyesight on him. He walks into the store and kind of like looks around for a bit, shrugs, and then puts the box behind the counter.
Okay.
And then
so
goes,
I can just see him through this little window.
Yeah, exactly. And then he kind of leaves your eyesight as he goes and presumably helps other people.
When we were in there, did it seem like he was the only employee?
You saw one other person sticking around, kind of like going around helping people. Looks to be like a little halfling.
Okay.
But didn't seem as involved as him, kind of just like going around making sure people aren't stealing shit.
That's exactly why I was asking.
Yeah.
I was like, if he just left, my assumption is that one, either he has some kind of system where he knows when something was been stolen, or he has another employee around there.
Yeah. While you guys were kind of like sticking around there, you saw one other halfling going between people and just monitoring.
Okay. All right, then. Yeah, I think we're just going to watch for a bit, see if anything catches our eyes. People coming and going, other people that may or may not be scouting the area.
All right. So while you guys are doing that, I will swap back over to Hoovel.
Yay.
So going back to the school. Perched on top of the observatory, we see the Owlin Hoovel. What are you doing? At this point, it's just before noon, as you've been here since before they left.
Just searching for the people, like I was told.
Okay. Make a perception check or investigation.
Alright. 18 plus 6. 24 perception.
24. So yeah, not right away, but you know, these things take some time, as you've experienced in the past. But after, you know, an hour or so of just kind of waiting around, looking, watching all the passerbys, you see three individuals meet up near the fountain that match the description and picture that you were given. Looks to be a dwarf with more of like a purplish coloring to their skin, a halfling that has a robe on and carrying a staff with a crystal on the end of it, and then a half elf carrying a sword and wearing blue robes, and the going back to the dwarf is carrying a large shield and a large hammer.
Cool. Now that I have my target in sight, I'm just gonna follow them and shadow them and stuff.
Okay. After they meet at the fountain, they do go back to the dorms. It looks like they all came from different directions from the school buildings, met up at the fountain, and then went back to the dorms to reconvene. Are you following them to the dorms, or?
Yep.
Okay. Are you going inside the dorms?
Is there only one entrance and exit from the dorm?
From your experience, yes.
Okay, then I'll just wait at the entrance.
Okay. You wait for hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. About 4th hour, it's starting to get like into the afternoon. You see as the three of them again walk out of the dorms and start making their way to the front.
Cool. I'll just follow.
Alright. They make their way to the front gate, kind of nod at the gatekeeper, old man Fitzgerald, and he opens the gate for them.
I'm glad he has a name.
Are you following them through the gate, or are you flying above, or waiting for a bit?
Waiting like 2 minutes, and then I'll go through the gate.
Alright. Since the rest of this is kind of just like forest, you wait 2 minutes, they go out of the gate, going off of your previous perception roll. It's easy enough to keep up with them, as they're just kind of walking, talking amongst themselves. Obviously, make a stealth check.
Alright. Come on, no whammies, no whammies. Oh, cool.
Nice.
23, I believe. Yep, 23.
Yeah, so none of them seemingly aware of your presence whatsoever, as you're kind of like flying just above the tree line as you're following them. They walk through the forested area, reach the residential area. You can see as they pass through no problem, as they are they like kind of give like their student ID as they pass through the gate. They walk through the residential district, go through the social district, go through the crafting district, and then up to the trader district. So at each of these you will have to pay a little bit. It'd be 4 copper for you if you're going through the gates.
Okie doke.
Then I will pull you over there as well. Make these... no. There. Then have to put them
Google's
back.
favorite place.
I'm totally gonna start a commotion here again, aren't I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not.
I always forget that if I'm tabbed, they are hidden. But yeah, as you walk through the gate, you gave them a couple minutes as they are walking forward, but you see them in the distant crowd. Um, it is a little bit later in the day. Shadows starting to creep, but not yet sunset.
Cool.
And then during this time, since it has been a few hours, Blanche and Asher, as you guys are outside, just kind of like scoping out the joint, people going in and out doesn't seem to have like a lull in the day. It seems to be pretty busy throughout the day. Not really dipping off until more recently, seeming less people coming in towards the end of the day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're sitting there, you guys see as I would say Blanche, you would see it first. The three kids walking by that match a description that you've seen,
Okay.
as well as Hoovel. I don't know if you're just walking down the street or what are you doing?
I'm like doing the whole sneaky spy thing of like, oh, look at the thing over here. Oh, look at the thing over here. Oh, you know,
Okay.
doing the whole inconspicuous thing.
Nonchalant.
Yeah,
stuff.
inconspicuous, but still like visible.
Yeah, I don't want to be like darting from shadow to shadow because
Okay.
then everyone would get super like, you're down.
Yeah. So
Do,
Blanche, I would say after they pass, a couple minutes later, you see Hoovel kind of nonchalantly going side to side on the street.
And I'm just sitting here, probably having my second snack. Since it took Hoovel hours.
Well, it took the people with the party
No,
here stepped
it's
in.
Hoovel's fault.
No, you
I would
dick.
also say, Asher, during your time waiting at the front, just like a couple hours after midday, so like 2-ish, you would see again that same group of raptor riders coming through the street that you saw last week.
Those guys, they're so cool.
Yeah, it seems to be like a band of like 5 people riding on velociraptors. As the guards open the gate, they kind of shout down the street to make way, and people part going up onto the side of the street to make way for them walking through. And it doesn't seem like they're malicious, like if anyone was in the way, they would just knock them aside. It's more so just like these are big beasts and they want to give people leeway. So they're not just like coming through, pushing through the crowd. But, yep, just note that you see them coming through just after midday.
Putting it in my little D&D diary.
Nice.
Dungeons and Diaries.
Dungeons and Diaries. Right. So yeah. But Blanche, round 4 or 5, you do see who will come up.
Okay.
And then you also see the kids that you saw disappear around the corner to the front of the building.
I stay here, but I keep my eyes trained inside the shop.
Okay. And then Asher, if you're up front, you do see the 3 children walking around, and then they go inside the store.
Okay. I keep at my post. Kind of just looking around. How many guards do I see in this vicinity of like this corner of the house?
You see, there's one guard that's right here talking to a couple people. There's also the 2 guards that are like right at the front gate, just down the road. And then occasionally you see a guard walking east to west or west to east.
Okay.
And then obviously the Raptor Riders, they're all guards. And then very occasionally you see people further south, guards just kind of running a route. So it seems like they're a presence in this part of the city.
Yeah, they're kind of
More
all
like
over
a
the place.
nuisance. Got him.
Got him.
Just wanted to do a quick inventory of these fellas. Enemy everywhere.
And then Blanche, you would see that they go up and talk to the blue-skinned tiefling. I don't believe you have any like feats or anything where you can read lips, but you can
Nope.
see that they talk to him.
Okay.
Alright.
I just keep my eyes on them, watching what they're doing after the fact.
Okay. Hoovel and Asher, you guys doing anything?
Yeah. I'm gonna go over to like this part of the house and then swoop up
Okay.
and keep my eye on the building and the people and such.
Okay. I will have both Blanche and Hoovel make a perception check. Or invest. Or, no, I guess this would just be perception.
Haha.
Okay. So, Blanche, you're kind of like looking inside the store, and as you are, you kind of like,
I dropped my sandwich.
yeah, you're looking over, you drop your food, pick it up, and then as you're like picking it up, something else drops out of your pocket, and you're like, ah, fuck, and then pick that up, and then as you're bending down to pick that up, something else falls out, and you're like, ah, I'm just not having a good day, and then as you get up, you see as like someone, who seemingly a good Samaritan comes by and starts helping you pick stuff up, but is also like trying to have a conversation with you and just totally distracting you from your post.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hoovel, as you're looking at the store, you see the blue-skin tiefling talking to the three, and it looks like they purchased something. And I would say with a natural 20, you definitely see. They do purchase like what looks to be just like a bundle of arrows, as well as like what looks to be like some spices, just some general stuff. And as you're looking at them, you see one of the people in the back are like intently looking at the tiefling, kind of seeing where he puts his money, and you notice that they're doing the same thing that you guys were just doing inside the store, like taking note of where he's putting his stuff, asking him where things are kept, doing general stuff like that.
Okie doke.
But then after they purchase their stuff, they seem to all leave out the front and leave your line of sight.
They were supposed to steal something from him, right?
Yeah, their goal is to steal something from him.
It looks like maybe they're just not at that part yet. Okay.
Okie doke. Well, I did my part of the job, so I'm just gonna keep watching the house because they have, or the business because they have to come back to get the shit.
Okay.
Do I see Hoovel leave the house?
You don't see Hoovel leave the house, but you do see the three leave the house.
Okay. Probably started to get a little weird that I'm still here.
As you look around, it's probably not as weird as you're thinking. There seems to be some people just kind of like hanging out. It seems that this place has become somewhat of just like a hangout area, as it does look really good. So there's just a couple people like, you know, leaning up against the building talking, and other people sitting on the side of the road, just in front of the store looking around.
Okay. So like
while
looking around, everybody else just seems to be like chilling, kind of enjoying it.
Yeah, while it is a store, it is the most decorated store in this part of the district, so people tend to navigate towards it.
Okay. Hell yeah. So this isn't so weird. I'll kind of sit up on this like tiny ledge, I guess, and strum a couple chords on my lyre, and I don't know, just be kind of like relaxing to the naked eye,
Okay.
but still like watching who is coming in and out of the building.
Yeah, make a performance check.
Woo! So it's a +5, so I'm at 22.
Nice.
The couple chords I'm strumming is like the best song anybody has ever heard.
Yeah, and people come around and kind of like are nodding and appreciating, and one person flips you a copper.
Oh yeah. I'll take your money.
She says, "Hell yeah, I'll take your money."
Fuck yeah.
I give him a wink too. I'm like, "Oh, you're too kind." Okay. Yeah, but I'm just trying to be casual looking kind
Okay.
of deal.
Cool. All right.
As this guy finally leaves me alone, I look back in the store and they're gone.
Yeah.
Poor Blanche. That's the worst though.
Yeah,
When
just like
somebody,
an
like,
older
stick-
gentleman that's just like trying to strike up a conversation. You're like, haha, I'm trying not to be a dick here, but leave.
But go away.
And then I like look back and the people I was watching are just fucking gone. I'm like,
Mhm.
fuck. Did Hoovel try to do that stealthily?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's not illegal for people to fly up on buildings and stuff, but I would say he could get behind an alley and kind of fly up there whenever someone's
Well, I
not
was wondering,
looking.
if he wasn't, then I would have been able to just know he was up there.
Oh, okay. Hoovel, roll a stealth check.
I rolled a nat 1 for perception.
Oh, that's true.
So,
You know,
17.
All right. Yeah.
you are the knight.
well, then I'm going to head back to the front,
Okay.
and
Up at the front, you do see Asher strumming.
yeah, I'm gonna go stand up next to her, and just let her know I saw the kids in the store. I lost eyes on them. I'm not sure. Oh, excuse me. I'm not sure where they're at now.
Okay. What's our next move?
Well, we should have been able to keep eyes on them.
Okay. Follow them?
Well, I don't know. I don't know where they went.
Oh. I saw the direction they went. If you do want to track them.
You keep eyes on them. I'm going to stick around this location. I'll keep watch on the building itself in case they do make it back over here.
Okay.
You can contact us. Right?
I'm pretty sure. I have message.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there are any updates, you need to let us know anything. Let me know.
Okay. Can do.
And I
heading
tell her
back.
where I'm gonna go back and repost back up where I was, and I tell her the location so she
Okay.
knows.
Yeah. For
Where
message,
was
you-
that again? Because for message, I have to see them, right?
No.
You just have to have a general like
But
direction, and
if
also
I see her walking this way, I'm gonna actually move to this side.
Okay. Yeah, because you have to have a general direction, be able to point, and be within 120 feet.
Pretty good. I saw. I believe I saw them
but
walk
again, the maps
like.
are huge, so
Yeah.
The maps
if
are
you're within
huge.
this, you can message me.
Okay. Okay. They walked this direction, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I start hustling, bustling this way.
Okay. And you would probably note, as you're walking by, you still see like this blackened circle, right here.
Oh, jeez. I don't want to
Right
think
there.
about it.
Uh, you see a blackened circle about that size, and you don't really see anyone really paying attention to it, as it has been a week since then. Um, but you do see that the building over here seems to be closed and not really. You don't really see any like lights on or anything. So
I'm gonna like
nice.
check over my shoulder at the door. How does the door look? That's
I
where
have a little
he.
blackened.
Oh, it never actually landed at the door.
No,
Okay,
it
never
didn't.
mind. Yeah. I climb up this like, seeing the blackened spot. I'm like, bad vibes. I climb up the wall this way.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I continue on my path, kind of looking eastward to see if I can see my fellas.
Okay. Make a perception check.
No. Oh, fuck.
So yeah, as you're walking by, you're going up the road this way. You do note that there are things around that, like, there are more guards here than you saw last time. Maybe because this is a hot spot. And then as you walk past, you do see some guards kind of like hanging around or going in and out of this building.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit flighty. I'm gonna turn down this alleyway and like maybe start heading back even because I'm like, feeling kind of weird about the situation.
Okay.
Gonna round this corner again.
Yeah, and as you turn the corner and go back, you're on a familiar road, kind of next to the stalls.
Okay. I'm still gonna be like keeping an eye out for them. Yeah, I'm just like a little bit distracted while I'm looking.
Yeah. You do feel as though you've probably lost them. Though
Damn.
you do know they're generally in this direction. You no longer have eyes on them.
Okay. Essentially what I'm gonna be doing though is be like making a big lap around, kind of like panicked a little bit before I start heading back to the store. Is
Okay.
what I meant.
Yeah. All right. Hoovel Blanche.
Well, I'm waiting to hear back from her, but when she starts coming this way, I might have seen her.
Yeah, she didn't specify any message, so you probably would see her before she messages you.
Okay. Then, I'm gonna walk this way and meet her.
Okay.
And then just start walking with her.
Okay, I kind of wave him down as I see him approach. I can't find him. I lost sight, and I have no idea where they're at or where Hoovel is. I kind of eyes to the sky a little bit to see if he's like lurking on a rooftop, as he usually is.
Yeah, I'll let you guys each make a perception check if you're looking for Hoovel. With advantage, since you are looking in the areas that he would be.
9.
Whoa! My perception is a
Or-
+3, so 20.
I still believe that Levi.
I got like a 20 something.
Yeah, you got like a
Ah.
24.
Levi,
Yikes.
you rolled a 10.
What?
What?
For
Levi
the-
rolled a 10. What's your pluses to stealth?
Oh, 7, so it's a 17.
Oh, 17. Not, yeah.
I think the
so.
perception was 24.
Oh, yeah, that was it. So, yeah. Asher, you do see Hoovel posted up on this rooftop.
Ooh. I kind of like shoulder blanch a little bit and nod in that direction.
Yeah, and as she shows you, you can see him now.
Okay. We're gonna wave him down.
Okay. I actually don't know where Hoovel went. Oh, there you are.
Google. I kind of. Do you still have eyes on our crew?
No, they went in the building and then left.
Ah!
And I explained to him that while they were in the building, I lost eyes on them. Asher said she saw them heading south down the road, but we don't have eyes on them anymore. We know where their target is, so that I think that should be fine as long as we keep eyes here. We just don't know when their plan is
Will
going to take
take
effect.
place. Yeah.
Um,
Or like when they're gonna approach even to go back in for business. Oof. That's not good.
so let us figure out what we're gonna do. Do we want to? They've came and scouted out the area. Obviously, they were here. Do you think they're going to try to rush things and get it done today? Unama did say that she wanted it done as soon as possible, and I remember when we were doing jobs for her, we felt that we needed to get it done as soon as possible.
Yeah. She did say she specified within the next couple of days though, so theoretically it could
I
be
think when we were in school,
whenever.
did we wait a couple days?
That's true. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there are 3 conveniently placed rooftops around the building that we could just, roost in.
I'm like looking up at the building like, how the hell am I gonna get up there? Like
Use your
I like
wings. I mean,
jump
what?
up a couple times, like showing that I can
let's
only
all-
jump like a foot.
Let's all use our owl wings and roost up on these buildings.
I'm like,
I can probably get on top of one of these buildings faster than he could.
Yeah, y'all might be able to do that. I cannot. Not without being invited inside. And
You don't get extra movement for your flight, do you, Levi?
No, it's just walking speed.
Okay.
somebody would have to be very kind to offer me a ladder before I could get up on top of their house. So,
Well, I doubt the information that he's looking for is going to be on the first floor. Being as like I looked for some information down there, so either the second or third floor. Though we know the third floor is a stockpile room. I don't know if he'd be keeping any information in the stockpile room. That's probably more so just for goods. My guess is that he is keeping the information on the second floor.
That is pretty likely.
That is most likely where they're going to look to hit.
Is there any chance you saw if that's where he dwells too? That's like the living quarters?
I didn't look into any of them. When he left to go look for your stuff, he went up these stairs and then continued up these stairs to the top third floor. But the third floor is a pretty small room.
I can see this getting risky if Oswell sleeps next to the information this group has to like steal. So
Asher, have a disguise ready for Oswell.
Yes, sir. I saw him once. I could probably do him. My face like bubbles a little bit to try and like remember his shape, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that's the one, and I go back to normal.
If the guards get involved, disguise yourself as him and try to dismiss the issue.
Okay.
Hoovel, try to get eyes on them again.
Oh, you want me to find them again?
Do a lap.
Okay.
Take a lap.
What do your owl eyes see?
I was waiting for someone to make the joke.
Yeah, fucking 2 elves asking someone else to look for them.
I am not an elf.
You look half.
I look
I-
kind of like an elf.
I guess you guys both just look half elven.
Neither of us are elves. And then I will keep an eye on the store. Again. But this
Okay.
time I'm going to do it slightly different. I'm going to actually try to stealth.
Meanwhile, since everybody else dispersed, I'm gonna start walking to the front of the store again.
Okay.
I'm gonna go search for them.
All right, Hoovel. Where are you searching, and how are you doing it? Before I have you make any checks.
The direction that they said they were going.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Kind of like a south direction.
Yeah, and with my eyes.
Okay. I was more so wondering if you're just walking around or if you're flying.
I know. I was just being smart ass. I'll walk around.
Okay. Make a perception check.
All right.
Are you eating glass? That's what it sounded like.
Sorry, just finished my health potion.
17.
Bottle and all.
So yeah, you let's see. You start going down this way.
Be right back, guys. I'm running to the bathroom.
You better run.
Oh, can you not? Oh yeah, you can. You go down this way, and then as you head up here, you do see them posted up next to this wheelbarrow, or not wheelbarrow, cart. So what are you doing?
I was totally muted.
Okay.
I'll go over here and. Well, no, actually. So I was over here. There isn't like a conveniently placed park that I can sit at and still look at them, can I?
Not a whole lot, but there are people like passing through here on occasion. So it's not like just a huge vacant lot.
Oh, I could just go with my old tried and true.
Shoot him
What
with
is
an
this
arrow.
build? Oh no, I was gonna say get on top of a roof, but that works too. This building right here, this one.
Okay.
What is it?
That building, if you want to make a history check to figure out what it is.
Well, I know I flew over it one time when I was running.
You have flown over it, but you don't know what the building is.
And you never will.
Nope, that's a 6.
Okay. So yeah, you don't really know what it is, but you know it is a tall building, one of the taller ones. I will have you make a stealth roll to try to get on top of this one. Middle of the day.
Right.
Stop rolling 6s, Levi.
I know. 13.
What was that?
13.
13. Let me check.
Come on. Roll like shit.
Alright. You get up there and no one stops you.
I look around. No one is like wide-eyed staring at me.
Not that you notice.
Okay. Then I watch my people.
Alright. So yeah, they kind of like congealed next to a cart and some statues next to them. They seem to be like just kind of laying some stuff out. They're continuously talking to each other. A couple times they like point at each other, seeming like they're in like the midst of planning. But
Okey-doke.
while you're keeping eyes on them, Blanche or Asher, what are you guys doing?
I'm am going to actually stealth in here. Like in the shrubs and stuff here.
Okay.
So if anybody tries to pass by here, I will be like, I will know because they will pass past me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just point of fact, people do walk through here on occasion to get into the store, but it's far less often.
Yeah. Well, this is like I was explaining to them. This is where I think they would have to go to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to
Sorry.
make sure that I notice everybody that walks through here.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
A 25.
Yeah. You feel like you're getting pretty close to what your goal is, and have started to meld with the shadows.
Hey, I am one with shadows.
All right. So yeah, and you're keeping tabs on anyone coming in or out of this back
Yeah.
entrance. Asher.
She is almost back to her desk.
Okay. Then I'll just describe what you see.
Can I also spread some stuff? Maybe like dried leaves or twigs, to make it more difficult for somebody to sneak through here.
Oh yeah. Easy enough. With your stealth, you can do that without being seen. Spread some drier leaves through here, so anyone that comes through makes audible crunching sound.
Yeah.
And people of interest that come through, you see a half-orc female walk through, crunches on the leaves, kind of like as she steps, she's like,
Crunch,
but-
crunch, crunch.
yeah. But walks through. You lose visual as they kind of go up to the store,
Yeah.
but then like a couple minutes later, you see them walking back. Large sack strung over their shoulder. And I would say it's easy enough for you to recognize the sound. It seems like there's just like a bunch of metal in the sack. Maybe bought like a suit of armor, or maybe a bunch of weapons or something.
I know exactly what that sounds like.
Yep.
But yeah.
Were you being sarcastic? You sounded so sarcastic, and it was like, what?
No, I actually do know what a suit of armor being jingled around sounds
Yeah.
like.
He's
Oh,
meaning
okay.
him, Dakota,
Oh.
because of my armor.
Oh yeah, your full plate.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
Kyle's that kind of nerd.
yeah, I'm that guy.
Head turning at the Ren fairs. Hell yeah.
Other than that, it seems like one
Kyle,
other
you should do a
person.
face reveal, but wearing your full plate.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's like not a face reveal. It's just like you.
Just me, no facial features or body features.
Just plate mail.
Just plate.
Just plate mail.
As one should be.
But as you're sitting there, that's really the only person of interest that kind of goes back there. You see a couple kids kind of running around, but they don't go up to the store. And then you see one person wander through that path, and from your vantage point, you could probably see they're kind of like just around here looking at the stuff that is out here, but then they kind of just take off after a bit. But while you are doing that, Paisley or Asher, what are you up
Yeah.
to?
I haven't switched into Oslo yet. I'm only gonna pull that trigger if I'm seeing that guards are rushing back there. So
The mini
I
is so
think-
cool.
my mini, yeah, it's pretty sweet. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to put on a show, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to serenade all guards in the vicinity. Maybe talk about in this song the hard work that they do and how good soldiers are the ones that stay in and protect domestic turf, I guess, or anything that would appeal to their heartstrings.
Okay. Yeah, make a
Um,
performance check.
I- like, let me see. Oh, my performance is a +5, so 18.
Yeah. So as you're performing, you see as people are kind of like listening and kind of nodding along with it. You see as a couple kids that were hanging about kind of like start giggling and laughing a little bit, and then as you turn towards them, continuously singing, they get a little uncomfortable and walk away.
Fair enough.
But you do see as some of the guards that were talking to other people come up to you. I'll say this guy. Ooh. Puts down 3 silver in front of you.
Ooh,
Uh,
nice.
and kind of puts it down, nods to you with an appreciative look on his face, and then kind of continues on his way. But you can tell while you're singing, he kind of just like is within earshot.
As he sets down the silver, I give him a bow while still playing. Okay, that's all I got for now.
Right.
Until I sense shit is hitting the fan back there.
Okay. Then is anyone doing anything before the other party makes their move?
No. I'm going to continue sitting here until after nightfall, if it takes that
Okay.
long.
I find it highly amusing that Asher was serenading the guards and telling them that they're like an awesome job and stuff, when a week ago we just killed one of their fellow guards in this trailer.
They don't know. They don't know nothing.
All right.
I'm buttering them up for the fall, for the long, hard fall.
It's the long con.
Yeah.
Levi, is your mic away from your mouth? You're just a little
Oh
quiet.
yeah, I was eating food. Sorry.
Okay,
Put it
no
in
problem.
your mouth.
Yeah, I would like you to
Can
put your
we-
mic in your mouth while you eat.
Can we listen to that real quick?
No, that's weird. And it's biscuits and gravy. It's not really loud.
It is
Oh.
if
Oh.
your mic's in your mouth.
Fuck.
No, true, I guess. So how would I chew if the mic's in my mouth?
Use Gummit.
I
All
mean,
right,
yeah.
let's move away from that conversation.
Underlay. Let's get on with it.
But as you guys have posted up and are waiting for the other team's next move, it does slowly approach nightfall. And then as I set the scene. Town night. You guys wait till after sunset, and as it is midsummer, it does take quite a while into the night. Hoovel, you watch as the 3 party members continue their talks, but after a while, they kind of just seem to have their plan and are just hanging out by this cart. And as sun sets, they begin packing up their things and moving. Asher and Blanche, you guys know most shops work from sunrise to sunset. Doesn't really matter what time that is. It just seems like that's the general gist of all of the shops. So as the sun does set, you see less and less people showing up to the shop until eventually everyone that was in the shop is now just the tiefling and the halfling that run it.
Okay. I start working my way away from the front of the shop, going around to the back.
Okay.
I'm just kind of slowly walking, kind of trying to be casual.
Okay.
Do I see any sign of the party?
I would say at this moment, make a perception check.
Okay. Mm. A 10.
Okay. I would say, at this point, if you're leaving as he's closing up shop, that you wouldn't see them yet.
Okay. Alrighty.
But you do see a couple people still walking down the alleyways. Even though it has passed sunset, there are less people walking around, but there are still people walking around. Blanche, out back, you do see as Oslo comes out and starts bringing in some of the like armor and stuff he had out on display.
Okay.
Oops. Kind of like taking it and dragging it back into the shop.
Okay. Can I time one of those moments where he grabs something and brings it into the shop to
Sure.
Use that time to climb?
Yeah, and that's easy enough to do, as you can just climb. So as you do climb, if you'd like to describe how you do that.
Okay, yeah. So I was hiding underneath this little alcove here. When I see him come out and grab the armor and start making it back in, I kind of just, within the shadows, quickly grab onto these, and with my very almost monkey-like nimble fingers, I can climb this wall with ease.
Right.
As I get up here, I quickly just go over and get up onto the roof over here so I can still see down here.
Okay. Yeah, and easy enough for you to do. You go ahead and do that, and it's not like he's going back and forth very quickly. He's having to drag all of like a suit of armor and like weapon racks. So it does take him a bit. But eventually he does get it all in. And then
Oh yeah, and I can get here in like pretty much like one turn.
yeah. But after he gets the last of it in, you wait there for a few more minutes, and you see as Asher comes around the back side of the building.
Okay.
If she wants to move.
She was away from her desk.
Oh, okay.
She's really bad at that. She doesn't like sitting there for very long.
No problem. But yeah, you
Okay,
see
so
as Asher comes around the side of the building, you also see that he takes this opportunity to close the like gates on his window. If I can fucking that one
Okay.
will stay open.
That one will stay open.
There we go. He closes it, and then begins to out in the back. He meets up with the halfling, counts out some money, gives it to him, and then the halfling begins to walk back.
Okay.
And then he goes ahead and closes the door and starts climbing the stairs.
As he starts climbing, I'm just gonna like make my way over here,
Okay.
so there's no opportunity for him to just like look up and see me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you do, you see as he turns towards this secondary door and opens it up. Asher, as you walk around the backside of the building, you can see the halfling is now kind of like doing like that half run, half walk as he's kind of like hopping down the steps and heading
Cute.
off.
Like that kind of walk where you're like crossing the street at a crosswalk, but there's a car
Mhm.
waiting, so you kind of
That's-
like
the exact walk where it's like I'm trying not to run, but I'm trying to walk as fast as I possibly can.
Adorable. Okay, I keep heading around the back.
Okay.
As I
Just
see
looking out.
Asher,
I'm not seeing anybody in the alley. Nobody at all.
I not motion. Get her attention.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she now knows that I'm up here.
Yeah, I'll say you can get her attention, like throw a pebble or two in her general direction.
Yeah.
Asher,
I
you
like-
look up to see Blanche on a rooftop.
Yeah, I side glance them. I'm trying not to take like super notice so nobody else notices that I notice.
Okay.
Um,
Noticingly.
noticingly. But I like scratch the back of my head, throw like a peace sign, and keep walking.
When she looks up at me, I'm gonna just like motion, like point at myself, and then eyes at the at like his window. Like I'm gonna
Okay.
watch the window.
Okay,
Then I point at her, watch the door.
gotcha. Do you point down below or behind you?
I point to this door right here.
Okay, gotcha.
And then
Alright.
with that, I'm gonna climb up to this side, and I'm gonna drop down to here.
Meanwhile, I'm climbing up this big step. Eh.
All right.
Right. I guess that doesn't see into the room that I was trying to see into. Oh, maybe.
Sweet. So while you guys are doing that, Hoovel, back on this rooftop, you're jumping from rooftop to rooftop, following along with the group that are walking along the street right here.
Mm-hmm.
You see as they, again, kind of just nonchalantly, they're not trying to hide or anything, but they're also not trying to make a scene as they walk through town. But they turn down the alleyway, and then meet up at this like crossroads.
Do I see them pass by here?
Yes.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that you moved. Yeah.
So from here, I dropped down to here, climbed through here, and staying hidden in the bushes. I'm up by this window.
Okay. Are you looking through the window?
Well, I looked through the window and I saw that it was just like his room.
Mm-hmm.
But I did want to take note of the stuff that's on those bed.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be able to read it from here.
You can make a perception check to see if you can make out what it is.
Hey, it's not bad. 15?
15.
Or 16. 16.
16. With that, you would be able to tell it doesn't look professional. But again, neither did his ledger. But it looks more either like a book or a journal or diary, kind of like long worded pages.
Okay. Would it seem like something that Unama would be after?
Maybe, maybe not. It really depends on what she's after. You guys didn't get a whole lot of information on that.
Without knowing what
Okay.
she's after,
It's
but
like we know her, but
with
also
my
the
knowledge
perception.
of
Yeah.
what kind of things she's had us do before, and what kind of things I think she would be after, does this pique my interest?
I would say probably not.
Okay. Then with that, I would probably disregard this. And then because I can't see because the door's closed, I will be listening into here to see if I can hear anything. But
Okay.
I don't necessarily need to be looking into the window.
Okay. All right.
And did you roll perception for them?
No, I'd say you could just see him.
Okay.
They're not trying to hide or anything. But yeah, you see as they get to this crossroads, And Hoover, you see them as well. And then Asher, you're watching the door, but from here you wouldn't really be able to see them.
Okay.
Hoover, you watch as the dwarf takes off back down the alleyway, and Blanche, you would see this as well, and somewhat posts up towards the front entrance,
Okay.
kind of leaning up against one of the gates or the walls. You watch as the other two start heading towards the back of the shop.
Okay.
Okay,
Do I
now
see Hoovel on the roof?
Sorry, what?
Do I see Hoovel on the roof?
Sure.
Okay. I point to Hoovel and I like motion to watch the dwarf.
I give a thumbs up and take out my bow. Make sure it's at the
Um,
ready.
Okay.
And then with that, I'm also going to. I still moving. Sweet. Climb up and keep eyes on these guys from up above.
Okay. So you do that. Hoovel, are you readying any specific arrows or just readying your bow?
I am taking out and setting a blinding arrow right next to me, not like, and I'll partially draw my bow so I have the option either to grab the blinding arrow or go lethal.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So yep, while you do that, and Blanche, you're watching from above, the two start heading to the back, and at this point, Asher, you would see them as they're, again, not particularly being stealthy about this, but they kind of go up to the front where the window was, and start kind of like looking inside the shop.
Okay. I'm gonna pretend I'm not noticing them. I'm gonna be like scribbling on a piece of parchment, and kind of like muttering to myself as though I'm busy at work in the wee hours of the evening.
Okay. Yeah.
What are they doing up there though? Like that I'm kind of like glancing, checking, going back to my work kind of
Mhm.
deal.
Yeah, at first glance, they're kind of just like looking through the bars. Make a perception check to see anything past that.
Okay. Yeah. Whoa. It's a +3, so I'm looking at a 22.
Nice. So yeah, as you're looking at them, at first glance, it kind of looks like they're just like patrons that maybe came after closing and they're checking to see if anyone's in the shop. But
Okay.
at closer inspection, you see as one of them's giving off that appearance, the other one is looking around. Make a stealth check.
Okay.
Ooh.
My stealth is a +5. 24. I got a good
Nice.
stealth. I forgot about that. Usually I'm too busy like drawing attention. Yeah.
Right.
You're almost as stealthy as I am right now.
Yeah, that's being a bard has been fun only for the dump stats. Like I got so much stuff.
So yeah, with that, you can see that the smaller of the two is like looking around, taking note of anyone that might be watching them, and you're almost certain that he cannot see you.
Good.
But as he's looking around, he kind of nudges his friend, and they both nod and kind of somewhat crouch down, and they are now stealthed, quote unquote.
Okay.
But you still have eyes on them.
Okay, good. I'm gonna continue like this for a bit of like pretending to be up to something, but also watching for like for their next moves.
Okay.
And I crawled down to here, and I'm like laying down, looking over the edge, watching them as well.
Okay.
You made it to yourself, Paisley.
Oh, I just was like, you actually laid down. I love that. It's just kind of like weird because it lays you down like kind of floating on your side.
Right. It's because
It looks good
of the
though.
cloak.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you guys are watching, they somewhat try the doors, and then get stealth down in this position. And for now, it seems like they're not moving. They've gotten their position and are holding.
Ah, so the dwarf is going to be infiltrating.
Hoovel, back at the front. You see the dwarf is post up on the wall, has his shield on his back, hammer, kind of has like one of those hammers that you would see like Thor, where it has like the little loop on the end where he's just kind of like swinging it around, non like purposefully, just kind of swinging around to pass the time. You see as he continues to swing it
It's
around.
his fidget hammer.
Pretty much. As he's swinging around, he kind of gets bored with that, puts the hammer down, digs in his bag a little bit, and starts eating what looks to be just like some dry rations.
He's pulling a me. That's what I always do.
But yeah, you see as he just kind of continues sitting there, looking around, seems to be pretty relaxed. Are you guys doing anything right now?
Just watching.
Just watching.
Just watching.
All right. And you guys continue to just watch. 5 minutes, 10
You
minutes.
guys are awful.
20 minutes. Seems like they're not making their move yet. After about 40 more minutes, you see as the two down low kind of like nod to each other. The smaller one moves up to the doorway. And you can see as he puts his ear up to the door and presumably starts listening in as the one down low continues to post up down. After a couple more minutes of him being up there, you see him take something out of his pocket and starts fiddling with the door.
Okay.
Quick scope around. Anybody noticing him doing this?
With your perception, you take a look around. It doesn't seem like anyone has taken notice yet.
Okay.
But I'll take a roll. Alright. Alright. So yeah. As you guys see them take presumably these tools out of their pocket and start fiddling around with the door, not even a couple more seconds later, the door seems to click and move open.
As soon as I hear the door open,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rush to this side of the building because there's a window here.
Okay. Yep.
I'm gonna watch through there.
All right. Yeah. So that's like the perfect vantage point. As he walks in, you can see him takes like a step inside the room, backs up against the doorway, scoping out the room. You can see as he's looking around, you don't see anyone else in the room with him. As he starts to move in, I can't really half close the door, but he closes it, but doesn't like click it close.
Yeah.
And then starts to stealthily move through the room.
While he's
Okay.
going, I want to like. No, I'll hold off. Never mind.
Okay. You watch him. You kind of lose him on this back corner. as you don't have line of sight. But then, like a minute later, he comes back out, moves around. He's definitely searching for something specific. As he's moving around, he steps up to this doorway, starts listening in, and then after a moment, opens up the door and steps inside.
When he goes in there, I'm gonna follow up and climb up to this one because there's more windows up here. I'm gonna stick my stick my head through the window because I can see down into there.
Okay, cool. So yeah, while you're doing that, Asher, around back,
Yeah.
you can see people are walking by, not really noticing the guys. But you see as the guy out back starts to get a little bit fidgety, seeming to like look up at the stairs, look back around, starts to like kind of like move along this wall, and then he like checks down this way, and then moves back.
Okay. Who else is here?
From the looks of it, it doesn't seem like anyone else is really coming through this area. There are people just walking up and down the street.
Down the street.
But it doesn't seem like there's anyone really like approaching the back of the shop at all.
Yeah.
From your experience, it seems like this person's just jittery.
Yeah. And there's no way
Not
for
the
me to like.
greatest trait to have.
Yeah. And I can't snap him out of it without like making it without raising alarms. So I'm just gonna keep tabs on who is passing by and keep going about my business.
Run interference in case you think they're gonna get noticed.
Yeah.
Okay. Hoovel up front. You see this guy. He's sitting there, still kind of just like eating, twirling his hammer. But it's been a while since he's been sitting here. And as such, he kind of like gets up, stretches a little bit, and then starts like wandering a little bit.
How do we yell at these guys without yelling at these guys? Stay at your post. Don't move around too much.
Blanche, as you're looking down this like very narrow place, you see the halfling somewhat digging through papers on some desks. And pretty much like a couple seconds after he's done start like digging through this desk, he pulls out some papers, flips through them like really quickly, nods, and puts it in his pouch,
Okay.
and then starts heading back out.
Alright, and then with that, I'm gonna slip back down to this window to keep eyes on him.
Okay. Out front, Hoovel.
Yeah.
You see as this guy is kind of like wandering around. You see as one of the guardsmen are across the street talking to a lady, and he kind of like is looking at them.
Dumbass.
Just like
Ah!
staring at the guard. Like,
Yeah, somewhat kind of just like almost staring daggers at the guard.
No. Jeez. Punch him.
But yeah, other than that, doesn't really do much. Asher out back, this guy is starting to freak out. You can see him like somewhat hyperventilating, pulls on his collar a little bit, starting to like sweat visibly from this far away, as he's more constantly getting up, checking around, somewhat like steps up the stairs a bit, looks at the doorway, steps back down.
Okay.
And then with that, he's like, you see him stepping up the stairs, and at that moment, you do see a guardsman kind of walking by, on this road up by you, and somewhat piqued interest starts moving that way.
Okay. Hmm. I would like to intervene. I'm like, you there? What can you tell me of this? And I show him a totally, like, inconsistent and, like, not meaning anything mathematical and like equation. I'm like, you seem like a bright fellow. How would you even begin to approach this?
Make a persuasion with advantage since you called him a bright fellow.
You're a smart feller.
A persuasion? It's a 20.
Dope.
Wait, what? Oh, no, it is a 20. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of like unfurl a piece of parchment that has just like nonsensical equations, but he doesn't even take a look at it before. You're just like, you look like a smart fellow. He kind of like straightens up a little bit, and he's just like, well, yes, I had to study a little bit of the knowledgeable side of things when I was in school, and takes the paper and looks down the bridge of his nose at it.
I bet you have. I don't even need like the answer really. Like, don't give me the answer. Just like, where should I start? And I'm pointing out different like variables of numbers and then symbols and stuff, being like here and stuff.
Yeah,
Just
and
trying to
uh,
keep them rolling.
as you do, the somewhat like reddened face he got, slightly blushing from the compliment, you can see as the color starts to drain a little bit, and he kind of like squints his eyes down at the formula, looks up at you, kind of like explaining different symbols and stuff, and looks back at it, and then he kind of like looks down at it again, scratches his head.
It's like, no, take your time. Brilliance takes time. I need you to like put it in words I'll understand. And I'm kind of like prompting him.
Of course. Well, you see, with this symbol here, it somewhat looks like an S. The top of it is the end of the equation. The bottom of it is the beginning. This little E symbol, the bottom is where you are ending. No, beginning. That's where you're beginning. The top is where you're trying to get to, and then next to it is kind of just where you would use those numbers, starting from the bottom, going to the top, going across, and just like you could definitely tell he has maybe a little bit of knowledge once about the
Yeah,
topic, but
but it's
with
like,
it being nonsensical and maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about, is just trying to bluff his way through it.
I put like a hand on his shoulder. Like, I didn't even think that the letters in this equation would be like metaphorical for like beginning and end. And I'm like, what about this one? And I'm just kind of like leading him on.
Correct, yeah. So he continues talking to you, seemingly distracted from whatever he was going towards.
Nice.
Blanche, you see as the guy on the inside presumably has what he wants and starts heading to the doorway.
Okay.
And as he sneaks towards the doorway, you see him stop. And then he moves back towards the fireplace. And he starts looking through like some books.
It's like, how do I help you without helping you?
I would like to ready a spell.
Oh?
Okay.
It's just going to be minor illusion.
Okay.
If I see this this door open,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast minor illusion.
Okay. Sounds good. Hoovel.
Yeah.
Out front. Yep. This guy starts heading across the street.
Oh.
Um,
Dumbass.
and
All right,
as
when I see him take like a step towards the guard, I'm gonna
Mhm.
immediately go to grab one of my unstable explosion arrows,
Oh god.
Okay.
and I'm gonna lob it like in the westerly direction, just like going for distance.
Okay.
Going
Uh,
for speed?
so your
Going
bow
for
has a
speed.
distance of 600 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna go about 300 feet.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was that long. Holy shit!
It's a longbow.
Yeah,
So 300 feet would be about there.
yeah, that works.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. You notch it. Pull back. Fire. I will let you know. 5 or below, it explodes on you.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so it's like a
So
19.
yeah, you pull back your bow, lob it, and because you're going 300 feet rather than 600 feet, I could say you can lob it like really high in the air, so it's not really like traceable back to you.
Mhm.
And a couple seconds go by, and you're like, "Oh fuck, did that one not work?" uh, from 300 feet away, you see this like rooftop just explode into a ball of
Oh
fire,
shit!
and just like a chunk of that rooftop is just jettisoned away from the building, and then falls to the ground below.
The arm I have on the guard becomes like a shaky grip. What was that? And I point in the a far away distance.
The guard looks at you and hands you the paper and says, "Sorry, miss. And then just takes off running.
Like, thank you for your expertise as he like runs away.
I was thinking that I was gonna hit the street, not hit the roof.
Yeah. So you do that. You see as the guardsman that's down below begins running that direction, almost immediately. Doesn't even really say anything to the person he's talking to, and the
Was
dwarf
the-
that just took one step flinches, looks around, and sees guards starting to run that way, and starts heading back down the alleyway.
Yeah, dumbass. Gee.
Asher, the guy that's been like sweating bullets and skittering around is now like on the ground, almost in the fetal position, and like breathing heavily. But then kind of
I
like
know how to help this guy.
they start like breathing heavily, and then they like stand up, like lift their hands up as they're breathing in, and then like pushing their hands down as they breathe out, seeming like they controlled whatever was coming over them.
Okay.
And Blanche, inside you see as this guy like half flinches as that goes off, quickly gathers, like puts back what he was looking at and heads out.
Okay. I'm gonna keep eyes on until he gets out of that door.
Okay. He kind of just like flings it open. It wasn't latched, so it doesn't really make much of a sound, but as he goes to close it, slams it behind him, and starts running down the stairs.
Okay.
As he does, Asher, you see as he's running down the stairs, he kind of like rounds the corner, almost at a full sprint, waves at his friend to follow him, and they both take off.
Okay.
Do I hear any commotion coming from the room?
You do start hearing commotion.
Okay.
It's not like a frantic getting up and swinging open a door, but you do hear movement from inside the house.
Okay. How long does this last? Duration is 1 minute. I'm going to.
And just so everyone knows, people that were out on the street, again, while less since it is at night, are hurriedly moving in whichever way they were going. No one's really running away or towards the sound, but it seems like the pace of everyone has just quickened, and no one's kind of just like sticking around.
I'm going to create a sound with minor illusion.
Okay.
I want it to sound like a bunch of mice.
Ooh, okay.
I can't do an image as well. Minor illusion doesn't allow that. So it's just going to be the sound of mice running around.
Okay. So yeah.
So if he does come out, or if he pays attention, he'll hear mice.
Okay.
So
are
he
you
might
still
he
looking
might start.
inside the room, or are you like casting it and then taking off?
I'm casting it and then I'm moving back to across this rooftop down back to this side window to look inside.
Okay. Yeah, and by the time you get around, you see that he has opened the door, like pot in hand, kind of just like half dressed. Looks like he was probably just like sleeping and then got dressed enough and went outside.
There was an explosion outside,
Yeah.
and then he heard some loud noise.
Yeah, he walks out here, and then you see as from your vantage point, somewhat like looking around, goes off. You lose sight of him, but you assume he's in the house still.
Okay. After I see him go out there,
Yeah.
I'm going to dismiss the sounds.
Okay. All right. So while you're doing that, Asher Hoovel.
Okay. I see them like kind of leaving.
Yeah. People are frantically moving about. The two down low are like sprinting away from the house. And you see as the dwarf kind of catches up with them right as they're rounding this corner, like almost converging with them, and then they start like taking off.
Okay. I'm gonna round the corner and kind of follow him.
Okay. You watch as they get here. The one in the blue robe kind of stops them for a second, and you see them casting a spell.
Okay. I'm watching. See what they're casting.
Okay. Make a arcane check. And while she's doing this, Hoover, are you doing anything?
Do I see any of the guards like starting to look in my direction to see maybe where it came from or something?
As of
Or
right
just
now,
be
they
safe?
are still just like running in the direction of the explosion, and none of them have like converged on that point yet.
And I see the team of 3 starting
Yes.
to book it.
Yeah, and Blanche,
I
you also
will-
see them.
Okay.
I rolled a 10, by the way.
Okay. You don't really know what spell they are casting, but they do go about casting a spell. Seems to take effect, and then they all start moving away. And as they start moving away, you find it hard to focus on them.
Oh, okay.
It was passed without trace.
Then I will take out all my arrows and put them on top of the roof here, and my quiver and everything, and then I will dash down and meet up with my team.
Okay, so you're leaving the quiver and arrows.
Yeah.
Okay. Even your specialty arrows or just your regular arrows?
Nope, all of them.
Okay.
Just because if I get like pulled up by a guard and like, yo, you have a bow, that could have been totally an explosive arrow. I could be
Mhm.
like, I don't have any arrows
There you go,
or even
Kyle.
a quiver.
Yeah. Nice.
I'll put some arrows up
Oh,
there.
sweet. Yep. Okay, cool. So yeah, you dump everything. You're leaving your special bow up there too?
No, taking the bow.
Okay. Cool. Alright. So you head down there. You're cutting them off, or are you just
I'm meeting up with them.
with the other party?
Oh no, I'm at my party. Whoops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you
I'm like working on.
wait to get them past. Oh, this guy would have ran. Yeah, and as of right now, they have gotten away from the scene.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this window to see if he settles back down and heads to bed.
Okay. You do see as he passes by, the window again, and heads towards the front entrance.
Okay.
You do hear him open it up, but if you stay at that window, you can hear the door close, and then he heads back. And then closes the door again.
Okay. And once he does that, I'm going to climb up to here. Because I noted something.
Mm-hmm.
As he was packing everything up, he never came all the way up these stairs.
Right.
Is this door unlocked?
I will roll for it, because he may have locked it when he was up there before. I will say,
Be right back, guys.
with his intelligence, I'll say 11 or higher, he will not have locked it. It is unlocked.
I slip inside.
Right.
And
Inside is quite a mess, but it does seem to be like maybe some overstock or unique goods.
if anything instantly catches my eye, I'm gonna grab that. Otherwise, I want to find a box of potions.
Okay. Let me pull this up. I will say, right off the bat, some things that would catch your eye since you were looking into it. You see some artisan tools.
Ooh.
As well as you find make a investigation check.
It's just a 7.
Okay. You find a healing potion. But you don't.
Just a single one?
Yeah, you don't find the box that he had before.
I wasn't looking for that box because that one had stuff that wasn't healing potions.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for like an overflow box of those consumables that we're selling out.
Mm-hmm. If you're looking for specifically that, you would also see like arrows and things like that, but you wouldn't see like you don't see like a huge box of health potions.
Okay. Then I'm going to grab the artisan tools, that healing potion, and a random box
Okay.
that I can carry.
All right.
Put everything inside the box and then walk out.
All right. Sounds good.
Sorry, I'm just writing it down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna close the door behind me. I'm also gonna lock his door,
Okay.
or I'm gonna give one attempt to lock the door.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
13, just proficiency, or do you want me to add like sleight of hand or anything?
Are you just using your thieves' tools?
Yes.
It would be Dex plus proficiency.
Dex plus proficiency. That is, what did I roll?
13.
So that's a 17.
Yeah. Easy enough. You get it in, click it closed. It's locked.
And then I'm going to climb back down and meet up with the party.
All right. Yeah, and you do see the other two have gotten down onto the street below and are kind of walking around. You see the street has cleared up quite a bit.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to say, shall we head home? Peoples?
Does anyone else want to do anything while you're here?
I don't think so.
Nope.
All right.
Then I'm going to, if I can still keep track of them.
Make a perception check, as they have been running before you even got out.
No. Nope.
Yeah.
My perceptions have been awful.
Yeah. So you guys have sight of them.
Okay. Then, we just make our way home. We just did a little bit of late night shopping. We finished up our shopping right as stores were closing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just heading home.
All right. Yeah, and the guards aren't stopping you. You guys haven't done anything for the first time coming to the shopping district, and you guys can just leave.
Yep. And then, how much is it to get back home?
Are you guys going to the Ash District?
Yep.
Yes.
I believe it is 4.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's one northern entrance from the traders.
Yeah.
Right. Would we be able to exit there, walk around, and then go to the Ash District from that way?
You would. You would have to walk through the forest, which...
I didn't know if there was like a path or any kind of road leading around the city.
There isn't.
Okay.
Not on the northern end, at least.
Okay, that's just what I was
so
asking. If there was a way, we can just do that. I was going to suggest that, but
yeah,
we'll
if you,
walk through the city.
If you wanted to do that, you could leave through the north exit and then walk through the forest, and then that would only be one gate. But you would have to walk through the forest, which is known to house monsters.
Yeah, and it would probably just take longer because you'd have to walk around the entire city rather than through it.
This
No, we'll just-
time, I'll pay for all our fare through the 4 gates. So that's 12.
Yeah.
12.
And then we make it back home. I'm assuming.
Actually, you guys make it about halfway. Dragon attacks. Everyone's dead.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Damn
That
it.
makes sense.
Campaign over.
Well, that's the end of the session, guys.
Alright. Yeah, but you guys make it through the gates. As you leave the residential district to get to the Ash District, you are checked, as they check people going in and out of that gate. But they don't find anything on you guys. So, yeah. You guys make it home, seemingly mission complete. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I am going to, when we get home, I'm gonna go upstairs, drop the box next to my bed, open it up, pull out a healing potion, and give it to Asher. I know you were asking about one.
For me?
Yes.
Ah, okay, I take it. It's a healing potion. What should I add to my inventory though? Just healing potion?
It's a regular healing potion, yeah.
Okay.
And then
Gotta keep those stocked. I'm squishy.
And then what else was in
Yeah,
that box that I grabbed?
so in the box you saw a set of 3 water skins, and then a cracked amethyst.
Still pretty sweet.
Oh, all right. I have those written down. So I got the artisan tools, the healing potion, 3 water skins, and a cracked amethyst.
Yeah, and the artisan tools were carpenter tools and mason tools.
Oh, Blanche. I head over to his bedside. If he walked away after giving me the health potion.
Yeah, I would have.
I have some stuff, some general stuffs. I give him my alchemical measuring kit that I looted from those one people. I got this, and I also give him the vial of plant matter that smells real spicy,
Mhm.
like it might catch fire.
Vial
like-
of spicy plant.
Yeah. What
I'm
you
like,
had
"Here's this."
surmised last time is that when you sniffed it, it was almost like smelling salts, where it made you flinch back. And I think you rolled high enough that you thought this might be good, like a poison.
I don't know if this is helpful too, but I've been hanging on to it for a while. Maybe we could try and sell it. I give him 2 vials of Kuatoa lube. I'm removing this from my inventory. It's just gonna take me a sec.
Alright.
Yeah, it looks like our store is looking super good down there. We might want to start filling those shelves.
I thank her, and I pack them up in the box, and then I bring the box downstairs.
Nice.
Alright.
And I just store it for now.
Sweet. So yeah, you guys pretty much mission complete. You guys get back to your place, got all your loot taken care of, and I think we will call it a session there.
Oh.
Thank you everyone for joining us. It's been fun. This is session 3, and at the end of session 3, our players will level up.
Yes!
So next session, you guys will be level 5.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Here I go.
Decision time.
Oh, yeah. Wait, maybe not so much for me. Bard 3, Warlock 1. What will I add into?
But you guys will have the next week to decide that. But again, thank you everyone for joining us. And we will see you bitches later.
See ya, bitches.
Bye!
Bye.